Out of the blocks early on Saturday in the first race, a pair of runners in number 4, Mr. Balboa, and number 8, Paratus, with Franz Samela and Charles and Glover.
Yes. Hi Andrew, yes, you know, Mr. Balboa and Paratus, they're not horses that are going to set the track a lot. Mr. Balboa is coming from a very wide draw. Having said that, he came from a wide draw when he ran over the mile first time out to TURFFONTEIN, and he didn't disappoint there. Also in a work riders race, so we've brought him back to another work riders. He's got a wide draw to overcome, but you know, in these type of races we think he's a horse that could be competitive. Paratus has been a little bit disappointing. He's a horse that's taken a long time to come to hand. We think we've got his fitness up to a decent level at the moment, and hoping he doesn't disappoint and he can run in the money, we'll be happy with that.
First class. Now then, you've got a very long wait until the 8th race, where you've got 2 runners again, number 1 Gallilee and number 9 Soldier Girl, with 2 of the finest riders aboard in Pierce Stratum and Samanga Kamala.
Yes, they definitely are fine riders. Samanga seems to get the best out of Soldier Girl, so we've been lucky enough to get him back on her, and I expect him to get a good ride out of her again, and she's a filly I think in this type of company could finish in the money. Galilee really hasn't done much wrong. She's a filly that's holding her form. She finished 4th last time out, but only getting beat 0.7 of a length. And she has got a wide draw to overcome, but we've got Pierce Stratum aboard, and you know, who better to get her to overcome a wide draw like that than him. We are expecting a good run from her if she can overcome a draw.
First class. And then you close off the afternoon with horse number 11 Galadriel and Samanga Kamala.
Galadriel's been a little bit disappointing. You know, we expected bigger things from her. She hasn't really shown us what she shows us at home. I think my dad's going to look at the run on Saturday and determine where he's going to go with her future from there. She should enjoy the trip though.
Fantastic time of the year with the rain beckoning. We've already had a smattering of it, but to see the grass green and know that the feature races are coming, you happy with the well-being of the stable?
The stable seems to slowly be starting to find form, and like you said, nice time of the year to start to find form. You don't want to be peaking now and then going flat coming into New Year. So yeah, we just hope things are starting to get better now and the ball keeps rolling in the right direction.
Dean, thanks for your time this morning. The first race at TURFFONTEIN on Saturday starts off with horse number 6 Arabian Bay. And I'm not quite sure of this gentleman's first name, but maybe you can tell us a little bit more about T. Moagi.
Yeah, I think he's a competent work rider. I see in his last 6 months that he's ridden quite a few winners, and he's come to ride work. Yeah, I think he's going to be okay in the long term. He's riding Arabian Bay. He's a place getter, Andrew, in this field. You know, it would have been a bit better if he was drawn closer to the rail. He always runs his best races when he's drawn well, but he's certainly a horse that should finish in the first 3 or 4.
Excellent. We move on to race number 2, where number 9 Kangaroo Jack is the mount of the doyen of our turf, Andrew Fortune.
Yeah, I think he's probably still going to just need this run. He ran a very nice race first up. He's a horse that's probably looking for a little bit further. Drawn out a bit wide, but he should be doing his best work at the end, and could run into the money.
First class. And we skip a race to the first leg of the Pick 6 race 4, where number 7 Dynamite Jim is once again the mount of Andrew Fortune.
Yeah, he's a better horse on the outside track or on a galloping track. The inside track, although he won his maiden there, a weak maiden, he seems his best form is on the outside track. This track catches him out a little bit, but yeah, he could run into the money. He's working well, he's doing very well at home. Andrew's happy with him, so you're looking to earn a stake.
Great news. Then on to race number 5, where number 13 Captain's Anchor is the ride of JP van der Merwe.
Yeah, he's doing very well. He's competitive in this field at the weights. JP knows him well. He's the top horse. Last time he never got the cover. He likes to be hidden a little bit, and he runs on well at the end. So if JP can get him into a nice spot with a bit of cover early on, he's definitely competitive in this field.
Well, talking about competitive, if there's a horse that has gone through the divisions with absolutely express train speed, 5 in a row for number 1 Pivotal Pursuit is what beckons, and Andrew Fortune once again takes the ride.
Yeah, he's a lovely horse. He's progressed very well. I think he's the top horse. He'll still be competitive in this field again. But it's always difficult, you know, to win 3 in a row with horse is tough. To win 4 in a row is exceptional. To win 5 in a row, it's a big ask. But he's well, we're happy with him, he's drawn well, so we hold in thumbs.
if he's going to be the kind of horse that takes his place in a race like the Horse Chestnut or the Lormeron's Queen's Plate, then he's going to have to show authority in this race.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, at the moment, if he does well in this race, we will certainly look at the Charity Mile for him as his next step, but he's got to show something on Saturday to earn that spot.
Great news. And then a very, very busy race for you. You'll need all the firepower and the hands you can get hold of. 5 runners actually in race number 9. Arabian Arrow, who's number 12. Gypsy Myth, who's number 13. Number 2, Hit the Big Time. And number 4, Masturi. And number 7, Paris Princess. Very busy afternoon.
Andrew, the reason why we got so many runners in this fillies race, they're a bit scarce, especially over a bit of ground. Obviously with the spring treatments going on at this time of the year, it's difficult to find races for these fillies. We don't like to run so many horses against each other, obviously for the owners, but they're all well, they're all doing very nicely. Andrew had the choice, he's opted to ride Paris Princess. But Hit the Big Time, I think, is a big runner. Gypsy Myth at the weights definitely got a chance. Arabian Arrow certainly not out of it. So, yeah, you know, and Matsuri also prefer a galloping track, but drawn well, one she could run a place. So they're horses with chances.
All right, Matthew, the promise and the hope in Florries Flint has come to fruition. Not that she's won, but she's definitely heading in the right direction, and now she gets a trip that is really probably going to be up her alley and not a strong field at all.
Yeah, she improved a lot from her first start to her second start. We're hoping over ground there'll be that similar sort of improvement again. I definitely think she's got a place chance in this field. I think it is a weak field with all respect to all the runners, but definitely a place chance.
I wasn't at the races this last time. I know she had Milan the first time. How did she behave in the second time at the races?
Yeah, she didn't have Milan this time and she behaved very well. You know, it was just precautionary the first time and she took it all in her stride. So hopefully she does the same again.
Excellent. Then on to the first leg of the pick 6 race number 4. Horse number 13 is Baahir. Lovely draw, and the form suggests that he might be the right one.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him. He's a 3-year-old in open company over this marathon distance, but he is bred to go this distance, and hopefully it brings out the best in him.
Excellent. Then on to race number 5, Master Spirit. Very expensive horse, beautiful pedigree, beautiful looking, heading in the right direction.
Yeah, he's been working very well at home. I think the 1,000 on the inside track will suit him better than the 1,000 up the straights. I think he's going to unwind nicely. He will come on with this run, but I definitely would include him in all bets.
And then of course Alghadeer, it's a case of draw a big red line straight through his last start. He clearly hated the sand and he reverts back to the surface on which he won his last 2 starts. Yeah,
obviously we were very disappointed with his sand effort, but like you said, we're going to draw a line through that and just start all over again. He's going to be a fitter horse. Hopefully he won't need it as much. Probably 1600 is probably still on the short side for him, but if he can jump out and find a nice position easily, expecting a much better run.
They say that information is king. You know how people are. They always ask the question, if Anthony Delpeche is coming up, you're going to have a good day as you did last Saturday. It doesn't for 1 second mean you're not going to have a good day this Saturday.
Yeah, we've still put on some quality jockeys for Saturday. There's a lot of young talent out there. Randall Simons is one of them. We've entrusted him with a lot of horses and he's delivered. He's riding Alghadeer, which will probably be our main horse on the day. So, we give everyone their chances. They come and ride work, and if they deliver, we keep supporting them.